This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
It's been a little under 2 months since the Archdiocese of St. Louis's All Things New plan was supposed to go into effect, and this morning, parishioners from St. John Paul II gathered outside to pray as they look to an uncertain future for their parish. Thanks for being here. I'm Mark Maxwell. Mike Bush has the night off. That consolidation of 178 parishes into 134 started August 1st. St. John Paul II was one of those parishes originally chosen to consolidate. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings was with that congregation as they bid farewell.
The building was built in 1915, over 100 years of devoted Catholics, and we're so sad that this parish would close.
That sadness made for a gloomy Sunday at St. John Paul II in Afton. Families consoled each other as they exited the building for the last time.
This is probably the less affluent parish in the Afton area, and this closes. Our hope is that economics didn't play a part in it.
Steve Goniger's roots run deep.
Went to first grade here, so been here my whole life.
His church is one of many in the Archdiocese of St. Louis's plan to reshape 178 parishes to 134, a decision many aren't fond of.
There's a lot of contraction happening in our communities on a global way, and contraction kind of hurts.
Archbishop Mitchell Rosansky's decree cites the reason for the downsizing includes the decrease in households and attendance in Eucharist on Sundays. Members say they've reached out to him to meet about possible solutions since July, but haven't heard back.
24/7, 365, there is always an adorer before the Blessed Sacrament. These are not your just Christmas and Easter Catholics.
Parishioners will be transferred to Seven Holy Founders, still 10 minutes away in Afton, but the concern there is safety.
They have to go in a very dark parking lot. Then they have to, once they get in, they have to either walk 3 flights of stairs down to that chapel.
They're leaving doing what they know best.
Not going to lose our faith over this, but it's a big blow. We just don't understand.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
A spokesperson for the Archdiocese says the decision of where to hold adoration is a pastoral one, and it trusts those pastors to make those decisions. They list a number of other adoration chapels across St. Louis and say the one at Seven Holy Founders is accessible through the first floor entrance all day and night. Today marks day 3 of a historic auto workers strike. Around 13,000 workers are striking. It's the first time UAW union members are picketing at the big 3 major automaker plants, including one near us. The strikes are happening at plants in Lansing, Michigan, Toledo, Ohio, and the GM plant in Wentzville, Missouri. In the meantime, union members say they will strike until they reach a deal.
This is a bigger fight than just the big 3.
Explain that.
It's not just about us. We raise the standard for everybody across the U.S. And when we get pay raises, everybody else underneath us does too.
Negotiations continue with 2 of those companies today. A UAW source telling NBC News that talks have resumed with General Motors. Stellantis says the company and the union have agreed to resume bargaining Monday. And layoffs are already starting due to that strike. Ford and GM announcing Friday 2,600 union workers will be let go as what they call a ripple effect of the work stoppages. Ford says 600 employees at a Michigan plant were told not to report to work. GM says about 2,000 workers in Kansas City could be out of work as well because that plant depends on the parts from Wentzville. The union criticizes the layoffs and threatened to expand its strike to additional plants. Diamond Palmer will have more from that picket line in Wentzville tonight at 5 on your side at 10. Right now, Porch Fest is wrapping up in a central West End neighborhood. Every year, this free outdoor music festival showcases local musicians, and all the music is performed on, well, you guessed it, porches. Multiple genres were on display throughout the Skinker de Bolivar neighborhood, wrapping up at 6 o'clock tonight. And it's a cool evening for a stroll through Porch Fest. Our Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank joins me now with a look at just how long these cool temperatures might stick around. Gary?
Yeah, I think it's going to be mostly this evening and overnight, and then we're going to start to see our numbers go up over the next couple of mornings and especially each afternoon. But a lot of sunshine, a little bit more breeze today has kept us dry. And we've seen a few clouds on our visible satellite. Most of them are fair weather clouds coming in from the north. That's kept things pretty clear. And as that front moved through yesterday, which They didn't give us any rain, and we really needed some rain, which we'll discuss here in about 10 minutes. But right now, temperatures, though, just shy of 80 degrees. They're very close to it, 76. It is very dry. It's drier than it was before, and that's why we see that north breeze at 14 miles an hour. Our dew points in the 40s. We get to the point where a muggy meter is not needed, but I think this week may start to climb up a little bit. We see that breeze out of the north right now at 14 miles an hour, gusts upwards at 20, even 25. We'll look at some of those peak wind speeds later on. This evening, though, temperatures even in the low 60s by midnight quickly. And the week ahead, a couple of cool mornings in store for us, but then the temperatures are back up and it's very dry. How dry it's been of recent and when we can expect our next chance for rain and how long these temperatures will stick around as we warm up a little bit.
Gary, thanks. National Suicide Prevention Week just came to a close. Every year, September is a time to remember those lives lost to suicide and the millions of people who continue with their struggle each day. It's a mission and a passion for a group of St. Louisans who lost loved ones to suicide. A number of Mizzou grads decided to turn that grief into change and make a documentary about suicide prevention, and now it's streaming online. 5 on Your Side's Mercedes McKay has their powerful story.
Project Wake Up was born in the fall of 2014 in Columbia, Missouri. A friend's unexpected suicide inspired 2 St. Louis college students to turn grieving in silence into something that could make a difference.
It's tough to kind of juggle the greatest times in your life with kind of being thrusted into adulthood in such a tragic way.
In the early morning hours of June 20th, 2014, Alex Lindley and Danny Kurth woke up to a string of phone calls they never thought they'd receive.
An immediate feeling of just numbness and complete disbelief.
Their best friend, Ryan Candace, had taken his own life.
He was the most gregarious guy out there, so when we lost him, it was a shock.
The eye-opening tragedy happening just 2 years after another one of their friends, Carolyn Dolan, died by suicide.
For me specifically, this was actually something that kind of brought back a lot of trauma from my childhood because I lost my dad to suicide when I was 9.
Right then, the 2 Mizzou seniors at the time realized they needed to step up.
This isn't okay, this isn't normal, and we need to come together to do something about it.
Joined with other students who were touched by Ryan's life, the group quickly formed Project Wake Up to spread awareness about suicide prevention.
There's some sort of powerful stigmatization going on that keeps people from reaching out, and that was sort of the impetus of why we got this going in the first place.
Now the documentary the group has been working on for the past 9 years is streaming online.
This film really opens the door to people realizing that the stigmas are going away.
Told through the lenses of survivors, clinicians, and loved ones, the film not only highlighting Ryan's story, but others from around the country.
What we're hoping to do is just inspire people to go seek help if they need it.
At the center of it all, though, there's an even bigger testament on how a community came together in the face of tragedy.
It's a total St. Louis story and a total Mizzou story.
To see a full list of where you can stream Wake Up right now, head to our website, ksdk.com, under the As Seen on TV section.
Mercedes, thanks. If you or someone you know might be struggling with those thoughts of suicide, you can call the 988 Crisis Helpline for support and mental health resources. On this day, 236 years ago, the Constitution was signed. The Constitution Day events happening this week.